August 14th, 1971, 9 a.m., Stanford, California. A police cruiser rolls quietly through a residential neighborhood. No sirens, no warning. It stops in front of a beige house. Two officers step out. They knock once. A 19-year-old college student opens the door. Within 3 minutes, he is face down on the lawn, hands cuffed behind his back, neighbors watching from behind curtains as he has read his rights. He is not acting. He has not committed a crime. He is being arrested as part of a psychology study. Over the next 2 hours, 23 more young men will be taken the same way. Some from dorm rooms, some from their parents' homes, all of them confused, all of them told the same thing. You have the right to remain silent. None of them know that this moment is the last time they will be treated like volunteers. None of them know that within 6 days, multiple participants will suffer emotional breakdowns. One will attempt to escape, and the man running the experiment will forget that it is an experiment at all. This was supposed to last 2 weeks. It lasted 6 days, and by the end, no one involved could agree on who was in control anymore. The Stanford Prison Experiment began as a classified ad in a local newspaper. Male college students needed for a psychological study of prison life. $15 a day. In 1971, that was good money, equivalent to over $100 a day now. Over 70 students applied. Psychologists Philip Zimbardo and his team screened them for mental illness, criminal history, and personality disorders. They selected 24, all healthy, all psychologically stable, all ordinary. Then they flipped a coin. Half would be prisoners, half would be guards. The assignment was random. The consequences were not. The prison was built in the basement of Stanford's psychology department. Hallways became cell blocks. Storage closets became solitary confinement. Doors were reinforced with steel bars. There were no windows. The guards were issued uniforms, khaki shirts, whistles, wooden batons, mirrored sunglasses that hid their eyes. Not to protect them, to erase empathy. The prisoners were stripped naked on arrival, deloused with spray, issued smocks instead of clothes. No underwear, no names. Each was assigned a number. From that moment on, they would be referred to only by that number. Not because it was necessary, because it was effective. The first night passed quietly. The second did not. At 2:30 a.m., prisoners in cell 1 ripped their mattresses apart, blocked the door, and refused orders. The guards panicked. They were untrained. There were no instructions for rebellion. There were no supervisors on site, so they improvised. They sprayed fire extinguishers through the bars, blasting freezing CO2 into the cells. They dragged prisoners into the hallway, stripped them naked, took away their beds. They forced them to do push-ups, count aloud, chant their numbers. The rebellion ended in less than an hour. Something else began. By day 3, the guards had stopped asking permission. They woke prisoners at random times. They denied bathroom access. They forced prisoners to clean toilets with their bare hands. One prisoner began screaming uncontrollably. He begged to leave. Zimbardo was called. Instead of releasing him, they placed the prisoner in solitary confinement, a dark closet barely large enough to sit in. The breakdown worsened. Only then was the prisoner removed. He was the first of 5. Here is the critical detail most people miss. Philip Zimbardo was not just the lead researcher. He had assigned himself the role of prison superintendent, which meant that when prisoners asked to leave, they were not speaking to a neutral psychologist. They were appealing to the warden, and wardens do not release inmates. By day 4, prisoners stopped resisting. They stopped rebelling. They stopped speaking unless spoken to. Some began enforcing rules on each other, reporting violations, siding with guards. One prisoner developed a full-body rash with no medical cause. Another dissociated completely, staring at walls for hours. When a rumor spread that one prisoner planned to escape, guards dismantled the prison searching for weak points, bringing in reinforcements, escalating punishments. The escape never happened. The fear did. On day 5, a graduate student named Christina Maslock walked through the basement. She was not part of the experiment. She watched guards humiliate prisoners, force simulated sex acts, mock emotional distress. She turned to Zimbardo and said one sentence, "I don't know what you think you're doing, but this is terrible." It was the first time anyone said it out loud. Zimbardo later admitted it snapped him out of his role. The experiment was terminated the next morning, 6 days in. In the aftermath, everyone searched for explanations. Zimbardo blamed the situation. The guards said they followed expectations. The prisoners said they forgot they could leave. And that was the most disturbing discovery of all. They could leave at any time. Most never tried. The Stanford Prison Experiment became one of the most famous studies in psychology. It is taught as a warning about power, about authority, about systems. But the deeper lesson is quieter. The experiment did not prove people are evil. It proved that structure overrides identity faster than anyone expects. No one entered the basement planning cruelty. No one entered planning submission. They stepped into a system, and the system took over. Years later, participants were interviewed. Some guards admitted shame. Some prisoners reported nightmares lasting years. Zimbardo himself acknowledged the study should have ended after day 2. The basement was renovated, the cells removed, the walls repainted, but the question never disappeared. If ordinary people can become guards and prisoners in 6 days, what happens when the system lasts a lifetime?